Everybody, what is going on? It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center, and another Fed day. Here we were. Everybody knew it was coming, and so what happened? The Fed held rates, right? And so that's very much to the disappointment of the White House. But what is, and you can see, I was even on CNBC this morning, and you heard people go in both directions on he should hold, he should wait, whatever. Like, here's just a little perspective on it, right? I mean, interestingly, who knows how much this played into the numbers or the decision, I should say, today. But the Fed, just generally speaking, you're going to see the Fed looking to reduce rates into a weakening economy. Just kind of general rule of thumb. Look, there's a lot of wild cards, I guess I should say. But generally speaking, when you see the Fed is lowering rates, that's because they see lowering inflation or stable inflation and a weakening economy. Well, this morning, before the Fed decision, GDP came out higher than expected for second quarter of this year at 3% instead of 2.5% or 2.3%. There were a handful of different predictions. So anyway, that came in stronger than expected, which indicates a stronger economy. And then last month's jobs number was stronger than expected, and then some inflation reads came in a bit worse than expected, right? So all that would actually say that the Fed should hold or even be considering increasing rates. And now, I'm not saying that I think they should increase rates, but I am saying, it seems to me that I feel like I can kind of understand why they're holding right now. Now, look, I want to see rates come down as bad as anybody. I'm in the interest rate business, and it would be really good for business to see rates come down significantly. But in the meantime, with the Fed, so much focus on the Fed, when you look at it to me, when I'm looking at it objectively the way I'm seeing it, holding on rates right now maybe does make sense. Now, I will say tomorrow is PCE, so that's Thursday is PCE. That's the Fed's favorite inflation read. So we'll see how that comes out. And then the very next day is jobs. And those are the two main things that the Fed is watching. So sorry, but fingers crossed, I hope those numbers come in terrible, much worse than expectations. Or much better than expectations on the inflation, meaning lower than we're anticipating, and then much worse on the jobs. I know that's terrible, but that's where my head is. So anyway, that's what's going on. Just a little bit of perspective on why the Fed may be held, despite all the pressure, I guess I should say, out of the White House, and just 2 cents on it. Anyway, I'm Bill. I'm the Franklin Loan Center. I'll see y'all next week.